Hello, lovely people. Okay, so we're live again. It's very exciting this week. Come forward, Matt, come forward. Well, apart from we have got, I know last week we didn't have Rat Boy, but he's back. Look at him. Look at him. Give him a round of applause, everyone. Come on. And we have the beautiful numero due, beautiful Rat Boy jumper. It's great. Now, if you look behind you, Matt, look, we are in Google head office in London. Hello, Google! We love a bit of Google, and we love it. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep it quick. We're going to do two dishes. We're going to do the most perfect mushrooms, camera down. We've got wild mushrooms. You could do this with portobello mushrooms, field mushrooms, button mushrooms. I've got some nice wild mushrooms here, some girole here, some bluets, and some morels. But this method that I'm going to show you for cooking mushrooms is a brilliant method that you'll use for the rest of your life, whether you're putting it in pasta or risotto or making a soup or putting it on a pizza or whatever, okay? So we're doing that. Then we're doing steak, the perfect steak. I know you guys love it. Here we go. We've got some ribeye here on the bone. Great. We've got a beautiful ribeye there. Look at the marbling of that. Can you get a nice close-up of that big boy? So we're looking for good quality meat that's been hung for about 26 days. You've got beautiful marbling there. I'm going to teach you how to cook that. We've got fillets. So I'm going to cook one of these guys. We've got a nice T-bone here as well. So I want to give you the basic technique. Look, I know it's really basic, guys, but I want to give you the perfect way to cook the perfect steak, right? Because, you know, we love it. But then I'm going to show you a new technique called dressing the board, which makes it extra juicy and delicious, okay? First, before I start cooking this steak and doing the mushrooms, it's the last week of Food Revolution in America. You know, we get a new superintendent who's let us back in the schools. He's banning the flavored milk. He's got rid of the dodgy old mystery meat corn dogs and nuggets and all of that kind of stuff. So progress has been made. So it was worth it in the end. But please watch it. And it finished off with Jimmy Kimmel, and he was absolutely hilarious. So nice one, Jimmy. Now, let's start. I've got induction hobs here. Hopefully, I've got the hang of it now. So I'm going to turn it down because it looks scarily hot. We're going to go salt and pepper. Right? You can do marinades, absolutely. I tend, actually, with beef, not to. Right? I don't know why. I just don't. Lamb, I do marinade. Chicken, I do marinade. Beef, I just don't. Okay? So season nicely all over, salt and pepper. Then we've got a hot pan over here. Fan goes on if you had one. Open the window, whatever. Pour a drink, right? And we're going to go into the pan with some sort of groundnut oil or some sort of highly filtered, sort of cheaper olive oil. And we're going to put the steak straight in. Now we want searing, scalding heat, right? Not a hot pan, not a warm pan, searing pan, okay? And we're going to try, if you imagine, meat is basically made up, it's moisture. It's like we are, okay? So if you've got heat coming from here, it's pushing the moisture up. And if you've ever cooked a steak and you end up with a little pool of juice at the top, that's because you're not turning it. So it's pushing moisture up, and what you need to do is keep turning it every minute so you have a really beautiful, even cooking and a nice caramelized crust. Mushrooms. So with these wild mushrooms, or any mushrooms, I tend not to wash them, okay? I brush them, use a cloth, get rid of them. If you're washing them, they get soggy, they're watery, you don't really get that beautiful flavour. So I'm just going to go through these mushrooms and just pull them apart. I've got a mixture. Even in supermarkets now, you can get an array of mushrooms, farmed, even some wild stuff. I'm counting a minute over here. So Matt, over to that pan, my rude boy brother. And we are going to turn this. Have a look at that. Look, wait for the fat dancing. Have a look at that, okay? Turn it. We've already got wonderful colour happening here. I want to turn it up to 10. Okay, so back to the mushrooms. So I'm turning that steak every minute. And it is actually quite a good little trick. If you touch your thumb and your forefinger, I guess it's your forefinger here. Everyone do that. Put your hands in the air. Okay, so thumb and forefinger. If you touch the chubby bit of your hand, that's basically like medium rare. Okay, this is not a pervy thing, right? If you touch your second finger, that's like kind of medium, right? And if you touch the third one, that's medium well. And if you go to the fourth little finger, that's kind of more like a well done. Now, it's a rough guide. Rosemary, a natural antidepressant, so anyone that's depressed, that's what you want to be growing. The natural oils in this is fantastic. What we can do over here, big fella, like if you can be bothered or if you want to invest in flavour, right, we're going to just cut a bit of garlic. This is what I love to do. You come over here, Matt. we're going to get this like a little brush, and we just pat the meat. It makes a difference. It really does. Get the garlic and just rub it just a few times. It makes a difference. And then every time we turn it, it's like taking care of it, you know, looking after it. The heat is pretty good now. We get the lovely rosemary, we pat it again. Here we go, rub it with garlic. So I'm going to come back to that. Let's get some mushrooms going. Let's go full whack on this pan. I think I'm getting the hang of these induction hobs now. Hallelujah. Okay, so we're going to go in the pan straight away with olive oil. The cheaper olive oil, like I said earlier, the filtered stuff. I'm going to go in with my mushrooms. Okay, I'm going to peel the stuff in there. I've got a nice array of mushrooms. Any big ones I can tear up, you know, break up. I like to see some natural shape in there as well. Notice there's no flavouring, it's just hot oil, hot pan, and mushrooms. So a little garlic goes in now. And what I love to put in with mushrooms is thyme. I'm going to go straight in here. I'm going to screw it up in a ball, get the oils going, and I'm just going to rip them up like that. Let's go back to our meat and give it some love. Have a little feel. Feel my thumb. Yes, it's my thumb. Okay, here we go. Turn that around. Okay, I'm pleased. We're going to just toss this around. So wild mushrooms and steak. Great little combo. I think we're on full whack. That's good. So, any more questions you want to do? We've got Facebook and Twitter going on. What we got coming in, Liz?
Yeah, we've got a few questions about Rat Boy, but more about the steak. What's better for steak, bone-in or boneless?
Okay, bone-in is very, very good. I've got two bone-ins here. I've got the classic T-bone steak, which is basically a sirloin steak with a fillet attached. And then I've got the same as what I'm cooking now, the ribeye, but with the bone attached. This is the dog. Very, very quickly, before I wanted to get wrong, I'm going to finish off this mushroom. I'm going to take off the steak here. Here we go. I'm going to put it onto a plate. I'm going to go for a little chopped parsley. At the very end, goes in here as well, nice and fresh. And a little knob of butter. So a little knob of butter goes in. And then what you can do is as that melts, you just mix that up like that. You can see it puts a beautiful shine on it. Off the heat, just a couple of little squeezes of lemon juice. Make all the difference. Really, really nice. Literally, you get yourself a beautiful chopping board. You finely slice, say, some parsley. The nice thing about this is you can make it your own. Like if you want to go like Italian inspired or if you want to go Asian inspired, you can really chop up the relevant herbs or flavours. You know, tarragon and beef is, I've got some tarragon, it's a pretty good combo. I'm going to have a little bit of garlic. And essentially I'm going to make a dressing on a chopping board. I'm going to basically drizzle lovely oil onto the board, which is why it's called dressing the board. I'm going to get that around like there. I'm going to season it again, because a lot of that seasoning's fallen off the steak, and a little lemon juice. And I can swear to you, this technique, whether you're cooking lamb chop, pork chop, steaks, will really genuinely look after you. And the other thing is a principle. It's fat, it's acid, and it's a herb or an accent. So you do your own version. You don't need my version, you need your version. So you can kind of, you know, pick and choose whatever you want, and it goes straight into it. And what you do is you kind of make a bit of a thing of moving it around like that. So it gets the flavour. You're protecting. You see how lovely and shiny it is now? That's good, that's good. That's not going to dry up. It can even sit there for a minute or two waiting. So I'm going to plate this up. Okay, so we've got our mushrooms here. We have a little taste. Always have a little taste. Might need a little more seasoning, a little more lemon juice. You don't really want to taste the lemon juice. You just want it to sort of be nice and light. Obviously, this is great with roast potatoes, French fries, a little salad. I'm slicing it up. Remember that no seasoning's got in it. So we're just going to slice this up, kind of nice and chunky. My favourite bit here, this is the eye meat. This is, if I had a choice, this is basically where it's at. But then we've seasoned the board, we've got the herbs and the oil, and then we basically get in for this, Matty boy. We're just going to carry on and just lay these beautiful slices in that beautiful sort of dressed board juice. And it will be tender, juicy, quite a straightforward, honest, humble sort of flavour. So we're going to lay that on here, like that. And there you go, beautiful mushrooms and wonderful steak. And I hope that really makes a difference to your steak cooking. So there you guys. Who wants to try a little bit of this? Matt, have a look at this, mate. Google London is very, very hungry. The food revolution does not stop here. We'll be back next year, or the show will be back in some way, shape or form next year. ABC is still committed to it. I think I've done everything, haven't I?
The foundation is working on it.
The foundation, what do you want me to say about it? The charity still goes on?
Yeah.
Well, me and the team and the charity, Food Revolution Charity, is still going to be active in America, even though the TV stopped. So I think really it's all about the website now and the Facebook groups and all of that sort of stuff. Yes, Louise? Please could everyone sign the petition for the 50th millionth time? Okay, thank you very much. I want to do a massive thank you to Google. Yes. Thank you very much. See you next week. Lots of love from Mr. Oliver. Thank you guys.